Hi, I'm here with University of Alabama political analyst Steve Flowers to talk about the big news out of Montgomery today. The lottery bill, the governor's lottery bill, passed the Senate.
Yes, the governor's lottery bill passed in a dramatic move this afternoon. Senator Jim McClendon from St. Clair County was carrying the governor's bill, as well as a comparable bill, companion bill that would have allowed lottery machines at the dog tracks in the state, the existing dog tracks. However, that bill was killed yesterday, and you had just the plain lottery bill, Governor Bentley's lottery bill, and it was thought it was not going to have the votes. Matter of fact, it was almost written off around 3 o'clock this afternoon. The Democratic senators came on board during the afternoon and voted together for the lottery bill to let people vote for the lottery.
And as you said, around 3 o'clock, because earlier it was being described as a simple lottery bill. That's what the governor wanted. But then they added 9 amendments, I'm told, kind of divvying up some of the money, 10% going to education, which I imagine was attractive to some people.
Yes, it was, but I think that the amendments really were helpful because it clarifies where the money will go, which helped the pass the lottery if it goes to the people. Indeed, it's got to pass the House too. But the lion's share will go to Medicaid. That's what the Democratic senators want to make sure of.
And that's what the governor talked about. That's what he's been pushing, which is a little different when you think about a lottery supporting Medicaid, but that's what he was pushing. And do you think that's why he met so much pushback from the Senate? Because originally nobody thought this lottery bill would pass anything.
Well, it was just, I think they're hearing from their people back home, because all voters in Alabama, all people are seeing their money go out of state, and they're saying, look, it's ludicrous for us to send our money to Georgia and Florida and drive 50,000 miles to go buy lottery tickets. Alabamians buy lottery tickets.
Oh, we know, because we cover those stories. We see them all the time,
Yeah.
these $400 million jackpots. So there are Alabama tags at all of these border states.
And the 8 or 9 or 12 votes against the lottery were from senators, Republican senators, who were voting against it for moral reasons. But that shows you how incrementally it's changed over the years.
From the last time in '99, certainly the moral majority in that sense pretty much shut that down. But the population, as you said, it has changed. What do you think will happen in the House?
I think it'd be just as close. 21 votes is what it got in the Senate. That's what it had to have. Had to have a 3/5 vote. So it passed with no room for error. It was 21-12. They've got to get that same 3/5 vote in the House. I sort of think maybe that close in the House. So it's not home yet.
Not home yet, but probably an easier road in the House than the Senate?
They thought the Senate was the biggest road, biggest hurdle.
So if you're Governor Bentley right now, and let me just ask you put your analyst hat on, with all that he's had going on, to have this bit of success, I would think he'd consider this success. What's he thinking now?
It's a win for him. That's got to pass the House, but he did call the session. You know, and he asked them to address his lottery bill, and that's what's happened. So in this case, I don't think he was the relevant reason it passed, but he did call the session. There were some state senators behind the scenes that were showing some real leadership today that got that thing done.
And then people, I think the public wants to see that they are able to work together and pass something in Montgomery. From the people who are watching this want to know what this means to them. Okay, it's passed the Senate. If it passes the House, will I get an opportunity to vote on it? They still have that 24th deadline?
It goes straight to the people. The governor does not sign it, although he would sign it, you know. But this is a constitutional amendment that goes directly to the people, and it'll be voted on November the 8th.
So the House has to get its business done by August 24th, though.
That's right. You also had you had so many moving parts that put this thing together. For example, some of the members of the Republican Party here in Jefferson County sent letters to the Jefferson County Republicans asking them not to vote for the lottery because it would bring out a large Democratic vote in November. And so you had some senators from this area disregarding that plea and saying, look, my people are saying that contrary to what you Republican leaders think, my Republican voters want to vote for a lottery too.
Now you're getting into some territory here, and I'm glad you went there because I heard about the letter, and so it's true that the letter was sent. But talking about the November election and having so many Democrats come out, they think because of the lottery issue as opposed to the people who are on the ballot in November, specifically the presidential candidates. Let me ask you your thoughts on the presidential race right now.
I think Trump carries Alabama. I think Hillary Clinton wins the election. I think it's a hard road to hoe for Trump to win nationwide. It's hard for any Republican to win. The Electoral College system is designed for a Democrat to win the White House, but the South will vote for Trump, but he's writing a script on how to get beat.
Now, this letter, though, and these Republicans in leadership breaking away from the party line and saying, we are going to support this lottery, does that suggest anything about what's going on in the rank and file of the Republican Party in Alabama?
You know, historically, legislators, and I was a legislator for 2 decades, so I really didn't care what the party said. Party leaders are not really on top of what's going on with the constituency. They represent a certain element that are the right or left wing of a party. They're like party people. You know, they're not really electing their people. Jim McClendon from St. Clair County is in one of the most Republican districts in the state. He sponsored the bill simply because he said, my people in St. Clair County are saying to me, I want to vote on a lottery. And I imagine folks in Vestavia and Homewood and Leeds and Gardendale are saying the same thing. They're telling their legislators, look, why don't we have a lottery? Why are we sending our money to Georgia and Florida? I mean, it's just ludicrous this day and time. We want 2 states to get no money from gambling.
And in the United States, getting people out to vote, the more the merrier, no?
I think so, and I think that the Republican leadership is not really in tune with how popular this issue will be. I'm of the opinion that you have as many Republicans come out to vote for the lottery as you will Democrats.
People want to have their say.
They want to have their say. They think it's about time that they had a chance to say something about it.
Well,
you know?
Steve, on that note, thank you. It is about time that they get an opportunity to vote. And we'll see what happens August 24th. If it passes the House, it makes it to the ballot for November. University of Alabama political analyst Steve Flowers joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.